Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a chest and tricep day. And I started the day off with flat bench. I decided today because, again, I know that just stress levels have been a hair higher the last day. I didn't want to try to push that 325 top set. So I went ahead and went 315. I'm like, look, as long as I can get 3 reps here with a good pause, I feel that's in a good place. So I got set in tight, did some power benching, and overall pretty happy with it because last week, we've lifted the heaviest we've done in a while on flat bench and incline. So I'll take that win, right? Had a really good set of workouts last week, but I also trained 6 days, did a lot of fasted cardio. So again, sometimes we gotta watch the stuff and manage our fatigue. Plus, I've done all that tricep work, and I've also realized when I was benching there, I noticed I felt a lot of triceps. So I think with all the tricep work I'm doing all that extra band work probably needs to come out. Like I feel like the band work may be pushing the triceps a little more than they can handle. It may be impacting the pressing strength. Now all the incline work, we felt nothing but chest. But I thought it was interesting on that bench press, like I felt so much tricep. Now I got over to all the incline, there we go. Then I felt that deep chest burn I was looking for, even on the triples here. And the same thing when I went over to the dumbbell. So I'm like, let's go ahead and keep doubling down on that incline work. Because you guys saw once I had a good pump in that side shot this weekend, the upper chest is really filling out in a good place. And as I'm working on, primarily aesthetics, getting leaner, filling these areas out, while still trying to be strong. Like we're still power building. We care about the squat, bench, and deadlift. The incline work is really paying off, and I feel like I need to absolutely continue it again. So again, we're going to do plenty of incline work. It's going to be barbell, it's going to be dumbbell, it's going to be flies. We're going to do all those things. So I feel like that needs to be the real focus. And of course, I overhead press on shoulder day. So again, we're reinforcing some of that. So again, I want to maintain that. You guys will see once I do stuff where I'm walking towards the camera after some of the other stuff. The overall thickness is good. Obviously, how lean I look varies a little day to day. So again, I was complaining this weekend about the waistline on Saturday, but then today it's considerably tighter, right? But I also got a really good night's sleep last night, which I desperately needed. I really needed that good night's sleep. And I felt like that was a game changer with that. Of course, I've noticed again, the strength is pushing a little bit here because we hit some bigger presses last week and I almost can't sustain that, right? Like it's kind of pushing that bleeding edge, just a little bit, that bleeding edge being pushed. So, again, have to watch these things. And we do have to think about that fatigue management when I'm losing body fat and I'm doing all this stuff fasted and doing that much cardio and everything. So again, need to keep an eye on that pressing strength. But I'm not down, so that's the interesting thing. I could stand there and go, well, I reduced a hair from last week. But last week was kind of the heaviest I've gone in months and months and months and months. Okay? And I'm leaner, looking tighter while doing all of it. So, again, we got to take that win there. We got to take that win. Because again, that's a good place to be. Because last week was kind of an upward tick, and I knew I was going to be able to do it. I just felt like it was there. So still good, solid work here today. And so what I tried to do was get plenty of chest sets in. And I decided not to do the pullover. So today I'm just like, well, let's just hammer all this incline work. Right? The upper chest is starting to look considerably better. Let's keep it. Let's keep pushing with it. Right? So I did only one set of bench. I did 3 of the heavy sets of incline barbell. Then I did 4 sets of the dumbbell press. And I took them out. After I started getting 10 reps, it's like, okay, we're done. Because I got 12s the first couple sets. And then I started losing reps. Right? And then I'm failing on 10 as we get in. I'm like, okay, that's enough. I debated, do I want to push some more sets on this? But so I didn't know how many I wanted to do. But 4 was kind of the magic number. Right? 3 still felt strong. That 4 set, I could feel kind of the work capacity starting to wane just a little bit. And it's like, okay, all right. Again, works very well in regard to that, though. So again, just kind of Um, watching that fatigue. Sorry, I just had a client message pop up while I was voicing over it. It threw me off, but I didn't want to stop recording. It's one of those. It was a complex message involving his diet. But again, trying to double down on the incline work. So again, once we got to that 4 set, I realized I was running out of steam. So once we got there, it's like, let's just knock some flies out and finish everything off. Same thing with the triceps. I know because I'm doing so much arm volume. I think the biceps, I can keep pushing those crazy volumes because I know I need bigger biceps. I'm like, if basically my shoulders, upper chest, biceps grow, and obviously I want tricep, but biceps are really for me the one, because I neglected them for so long. I know they need the most work, so I'm focused on making them my best muscle group. But I feel like I can't do the biceps and triceps both to that degree. So I do so much pressing, and then I'm doing triceps with biceps, both on chest day, and then doing them with biceps and supersetting them. I feel like I can only handle so much direct tricep work, so it's kind of like today we did 4 sets of heavy barbell pressing, 4 sets of dumbbells, and then we're going to do shoulder press. That's 8 sets of pressing. Okay, that's all tricep work. I'm like, if I just push, about 6 sets, right? About 6 sets of triceps feels just about right there, because I'm going to do triceps again later this week. And I'm noticing past that, I'm really run out of strength. So if I want to keep the set quality high, right, and I want to see progress and good tension, that seems to be right about where I'm at. And I like it when I've come in and done more, but there's a point where it's just turning into band work. And I feel like with triceps, it's one of those where the band work starts to create fatigue because of that overstretch effect on the tendon, which again can be useful, but I got to not overdo it unless it's just the main thing I'm doing. But with the bicep weak point being hammered, you can only handle so much, keeping in mind I'm not bulking or anything, and we're on really low carbs. So again, I've got to look at it and go, I feel like that 6 sets is good. Because honestly, all this other stuff counts as triceps too. All the pressing does. But I ended up doing 5 sets of the incline flies because I'm like, let me just get in and really pump and stretch that upper chest. Let's double down on it. We can go ahead and isolate chest. There's no reason not to. Do I want my chest to grow? Yes. So why can't we isolate it? Just like we're isolating all the heads of the delts. We're isolating the biceps, the triceps, the calves, forearms. I've been isolating all this stuff, even the quads. Let's go ahead and isolate the chest, right? It makes sense. So I've continued to do that. I started doing it recently. So again, doubling down on the incline work. So let's just get in and work incline flies. And people have to remember incline work still works the lower chest. There's no reason to think that it doesn't based upon all the data. It's just that it does bias the upper chest. And so I want that upper chest to just continue to get thicker. I want more separation. I want those things in it. So again, we just keep pushing the all the incline work. So at this point, it's 3 different angles of it, 3 different movements, and that's not counting the front delt stuff on shoulder day. Does that count towards chest? Man, we could argue about that. I feel like the barbell overhead press does. I feel like the front raises work chest, right? So it's definitely getting worked. All right. But yeah, 5 sets of flies. So this is the 5th set. Taking these sets right to failure. So a lot of them you'll see me kind of just sticking on the last rep. So it's right around 10 reps puts me there with this weight. And for people who are like, you can go deeper, I'm like, no, I really can't. Watch when I fail. Like, this is pretty well my mobility, my range of motion. But we're still trying to stretch into it, right? We're stretching into it the best that I can. And that's the only way any of that improves. So this ended up being all in all, 8 sets of presses, 5 sets of isolation for the chest. So it's only 13 sets. That's on the lower end for me. But some of those shoulder exercises work chest later in the week. So, I think it's reasonable. Again, making sure stuff like biceps and delts and all that are getting a little more volume. All right, the stuff I really care about the most. So the extensions, these were good. So I was able to replicate this weight. I used this fresh on Saturday and managed to hit these same kind of reps. So today I noticed after all the pressing, my triceps were fatigued. These felt harder. And on the last set, I think I only got like 9 reps. And we only got like 9 reps on the third set, and that's okay. Because again, 8 sets of pressing beforehand, we're a little more fatigued than when I do this fresh. So to have only lost, 1 total rep through all my work sets, I'll take it. I can live with it. I can absolutely live with it. And again, there's where we're at. You guys see me coming towards the camera. We're looking thicker. Everything's tightening up still. And that's just going to continue to be a process. It's going to vary a little day to day. Now, I obviously look a lot leaner when the lighting is dimmer and the sun isn't up, but this was something like 10 a.m. already by the time I'm doing this. So the sun is fully up, sun's back out. So I'm not going to have that magical lighting. So this is like the bad lighting, and yet looking reasonably lean there. Now I look really lean, obviously, when the lighting gets dimmer. It's again what you guys have seen me kind of compare. But yeah, making progress, and again, keep working on the physique, keep working on the conditioning, keep chipping away the body fat, keep bringing up the arms, keep bringing up the shoulders and all that stuff, right? So again, keep improving, and that's really what it's going to be for a while. We just focus on continual improvement, right? Continual improvement. All right, and no matter what else is happening in life, we can keep pushing and keep improving. But in my case right now, there is a balancing act with fatigue management, with other things I have going with these crazy amounts of training volumes and all the cardio and everything I'm doing while running the low carbs. But I've got it balanced for now. I do have it balanced, but it is something I have to manage, just like I manage fatigue as a coach for people. I am having to watch this stuff a little bit. So even some of those top sets are going, I need to be careful of these this week. And then finished up with 3 sets of these. So then I know my triceps are really fatigued when I'm really struggling with sets of 12 on these. We noticed kind of that I'm right. My triceps are pretty well done. So I don't know that the triceps are fully recovering session to session. Maybe not. So again, just something to keep an eye on. But I do need that second tricep day in there because I feel like I need that volume, and I definitely need it for biceps, right? Definitely need it for biceps if I want my biceps to turn into my best muscle group. But again, it's an exercise I like. I took it out last week, but I'm like, I feel like I should still work that incline angle. We're doing the other one behind the head, the laying. But this weekend I did these flat instead of on the incline, and they felt good, but I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I should keep the incline in, at least, at minimum once a week, just to make sure I get that better stretched angle, right? It's not a bad idea. So we did all that, then we finished up with 1 set of hanging leg raises, which I'm trying to do most workouts. But overall, good workout. I'm feeling pretty good. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.